Happy rails to you. Welcome back, my friends. Happy rails to you. It's good to see you again. Thanks for watching my channel and the videos. Sometimes they go real fast and sometimes they're slow. Happy rails to you. Thanks for watching. Hey guys, welcome back to day 2, part 2 of the refurbishing, the partial refurbishing of the Marx 666 engine for my new friend and Mike G. And the video's been so long that that first part that you just watched was edited down from about an hour and 15 minutes. So we're going to do a second, and there'll probably be a third half of this before we're done. All right, so let's get started. Okay, well, we went ahead and dismantled the wheels. The bushings are not as bad as we thought. They are a little, there's a couple of them that's a little oblong. This is the worst one. I doubt you can see it, but I'll try to show it to you. It's a little oblong, but it's not bad. They're all just a little worn, but they're not worn bad enough to make a change. And the bushings that you sent me, or I got with it, are unfortunately not the right ones. These are early. These are the early bushings. And I don't know whether you can tell it or not. Probably would be better if I tried to hold this one in my hand, maybe. I don't know. But these are the early bushings. I don't know what's going on with the light. And they're longer. And these are the small axles. So the one I'm holding in my hand, to make more specific, the ones that we were going to use for replacement bushings, the axle is smaller. These are the newer ones, is what I was trying to say. The engine that we have is the early engine. They actually changed those from the large axle to the smaller axle. And that's what these are. These are the smaller axle, and they're deeper. Or longer, you might say. Can't get a good angle with the light. There you go. They're longer. The original ones are much thinner. They're about half as thick. And these take the larger axle. These take the smaller axle. So we're not going to be able to use those. I do have one or two of these, and I will replace this one with one of them. And I'm in the process now of going through my parts to find it. Set our light up. Here. All right. So the other three are fine. This is the one with the worst oblong hole in it. Check it. Yep. There we go. This one's better than that one, but if I've got one better than this one, we'll use that one. I think this one is better. That's a diesel. Won't work. Yeah, we'll use this one. Now, of course, we do have another problem. At some point in time, somebody did try to take the wheels off of this, or did take the wheels off of it, and they pried them off. And he and I had discussed that. We had talked about that. That is not the best way or the recommended way to take the wheels off of these engines. They will come off that way, but when they're really on tight, real tight and good, you just bend up the flanges on the wheels. A lot of times you bend the axles. Then when you go to put the axles back on, if you can't compress them back on with some type of compression unit, if you tap them on with a hammer, a lot of times they bend the axle. And sometimes that's what happens. In this one axle, well, they're actually both bent. But this is the worst axle. Here's the other one. This is the worst axle. I don't know whether you can see it or not, but it's bowed. Let me get my light over it. It's bowed right through here. Can you see it? And then it's bent slightly on one end. This is the end with the spleens. Has little spleens on the end of it. Now, I've had fairly good success with straightening these out if they're not bent too bad. I can't get them perfect. When they're made, they're actually trued and balanced like a drive shaft. In the machine. But I can straighten that out to whereas we'll be able to use it again. That's the spleen end. That's not. Now this shaft or axle, I've already taken and cleaned it up. So all I have to do is try to straighten it up a little bit and it'll be ready to go back in. So I'm going to do that here in a few minutes. This one has been also. Again, see the curve? I don't know whether you can see it or not. But maybe when I turn it, you can see it. See how it raises up? It's bold right there. So when I try to compress the wheels and you can just get them so tight, and because it's bowed, it causes your wheels to set in, to toe in or toe out. And that puts the pressure on your gear. There's also a nut in the side of the chassis that it should not interfere with, but when those wheels aren't running straight, it's right there. When those wheels are not running straight, they will rub on this nut, cause binding, slow your wheel down, can cause all kinds of problems. So I went ahead and took it apart. It's what we thought we were going to have to do anyway. And sure enough, that's the problem. The evidence of also it having been pried is on the backside of the wheels. You can see where there had been pressure applied. Now, you could say, oh, that's from the, but no. Wherever that is always flattened. It's bent up, it's got a little crease in it, and then it's flattened. There's evidence of that in 2 or 3 places. So anyway, we're going to straighten this one out too. These wheels, it doesn't bother them near as much because they're actually thicker than these. Your drive wheels, because of this pulley in there, the surface is a little fuller. We got to clean out these holes too, get that oil out of the hole. The shaft has to be dry. I'm going to put these back in before I lose one of them. And we'll be able to send those back to Mike if you keep them and use them for another project. All right, so this is the one that we're going to use. And I'll be right back. I'm going to go straighten these 2 axles. Okay, I'm back. So, as you can see, it's not perfectly true, but it's a lot straighter than it was. It's almost true. Same way with this one now, if you can tell. And it's about ready to come out of there. I think I can get it out. Right there is where I just pulled it out with the pliers. So don't let that throw you off. So that's a lot better than it was. It was bowed in the middle, kind of, more to this end. And then was kind of bent right here. Okay, so now clean him up. real good. And even with all the oil that was on the axles, it was all in the middle of the axles, and there was no oil down in the bushings. Which was kind of strange, especially as loose as they were. Seemed to be. I'll clean this one up a little more again. You could see where the axle had actually begun to wear. It didn't wear a whole lot on the axle itself, although there was you could see how it would have made that bushing oblong over a period of time. Yeah, much better. All right. I'm going to take a Q-tip, spray a little alcohol on it. Work it down in his wheel. Look at that. Now that's how much oil was actually between the wheel and the axle. Which with a little wear will make your wheels slip on the axle. Oh yeah. We're going to do each one of these wheels that way. Mike did a real nice job on cleaning this motor up, though, and putting in those new brushes. I did have to, even though it was running good, like it was, I did have to adjust the brush plate on it, because when the brush plate was tightened up, it would actually keep the motor from running. Which meant our points was just a little long, our brushes, just a little long. Okay. Happened wasn't, it was bad, but it wasn't too bad. As I said when I started this video, overall, this little engine was really in pretty good shape. Just needed cleaning up, some minor repair and tune-up. Yeah, this one was really dirty on the inside, like the first one. All right. Pushed all the way through. Good deal. Okay, so we got that done. While I'm at it, I'm going to spray a little alcohol down on the inside of the E unit. If you got contact cleaner, that's okay. That works great. Sometimes you got to actually tear them apart and fix them. I don't think this one's that bad. I think he basically got it cleaned up. It's just still sticking a little bit from non-use. And the alcohol should take care of that. Alrighty. It's good to take a brush and just clean off your coils too. Just a little toothbrush, a soft brush. Not a hard bristle. You want it stiff, but you don't want it either fine or medium. It's better. But you don't want it hard. Just clean it up a little bit. It helps those coils keep from getting hot. They get oil and grease, dirt, dust buildup on them. See? All right. Now we got some alcohol we haven't used, so we'll pour it back. Alcohol, like everything else, is getting precious these days. Sometimes still hard to find at times. Around here anyway. All right, so as for the motor, the chassis, the axles, the bushings, the wheels, we are pretty much ready now to reassemble. But there's a couple of things I want to do to this shell. I want to take a better look at this, changing this coupler. Or whether actually I recommend that it be left like it is. It actually was a nice job. And the shorter hitch should make for a better toe. I just took all my loose tenders out. But I've got a caboose here. Okay, so I see one problem with it. Still too wide. So we're going to have to grind this down some more. If we keep it. That brings the tender up closer, like it should be. And shouldn't have any problems on old 27 track. Now, most of my track is, I've got it mixed 027 and 031. And I've still got a couple of places where curves are pretty tight. But if I want to open it up, you can always put a straight or a half straight in the middle of your circle. But the tender and the caboose really shouldn't have any problems with it. This is about a 1/4 inch gap in between the engine and the tender, or the engine and the roof line of the caboose, and the base of the caboose is about a 1/2 inch. So that 1/2 inch would be about the same with the tender. So that should be okay. Before I change it. Well, guys, we're going to stop this video right here. Talked to Michael. I called him, and we discussed the things that were going on with the engine. And I talked to him about the coupler. And we're going to go forward with it. I'm going to go ahead and start putting things back together. And we'll go from there. All right. But as for now, we'll see you in the next episode, part 3. This has been part 2. And we'll see you in part 3. As always, God bless. Remember, God loves you, and Jesus Christ is love. This has been a Cadzilla production. Bye-bye.